Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another podcast episode, and we got a lot to discuss. So it looks like Nickiminaj will be headlining two different shows. Nicki will be headlining December 4th and December 14th for the Jingle Ball tour. SZA and Olivia Rodrigo also will be headlining on different days, not the same day, but I believe on different days for Jingle Ball, okay, which is sponsored by iHeartRadio. I think it's definitely a smart idea for Nicki Minaj to headline Jingle Ball because at the end of the day, she's going to be going on tour. And then on top of that, she's going to have, Pink Friday 2 out. But I'm not really excited about the people performing. I mean, Big Time Rush? Really? Jelly Roll? Sabrina Carpenter? Flow Rider? I mean, Flow Rider ain't been hot in like 10 years, okay? The only relevant people I see are Icespxce. Callie's somewhat relevant, but she only got one song. I mean, the only thing she could really perform is Area Codes, no shade. And then D0JA, same thing. I mean, like, the relevancy is not as high as it was maybe last year or, a few months ago for D0JA, no shade. I also noticed, like, Icespxce team, they're so strategic. They more strategic than D0JA, in my opinion. Icespxce team forever wants Icespxce to be attached to Nicki Minaj. I've been noticing this for a while. It's like when Nicki do an event, Icespxce do it. When Nicki on the soundtrack, so is Icespxce. And they want that narrative of Nicki mentoring or Nicki signing Icespxce to still be out there because they know that some of the barbs are stupid enough to believe it. You know what I'm saying? No shade. But I feel like Nicki gives Icespxce advice, but she also gave Sexyy Red advice. But Sexyy Red is able to form her own identity, unlike D0JA and Icespxce. No shade. You don't see Sexy in every interview she do talk about Nicki Minaj. No shade. I like Icespxce, but she be doing that all the time. And then trying to fool the narrative that, Nicki signed Sexyy Red, because that's not true. She could, though, because Sexy, I think, is still independent. Icespxce is not signed to Nicki Minaj. But her team pushes that narrative, okay? They want her continuing to be attached to Nicki Minaj because she don't have her own fan base. I noticed that. I'm like, she just did an interview talking about Nicki, and that's fine. She did a soundtrack with Nicki Minaj. She was at the Video Music Awards with Nicki, but, they didn't perform together or interact. But I feel like her team is pushing that narrative. Like, guys continue to be attached to Nicki Minaj. Like, I feel like there's something to that. Because I'm like, damn, every time Nicki perform, here is Icespxce. Every time Nicki on something, here comes Icespxce. Every time Icespxce do an interview, here comes Nicki Minaj. Like, goodness gracious. But, Icespxce is, one of the newer female rappers. I'm not mad that she's performing. I just noticed it. Now, a lot of people, a lot of the fans are concerned about Nicki Minaj's rollout. A lot of fans want to know what's the lead. When is the rollout gonna start? And I feel like hopefully in October. I actually think Champagne Thickums is holding up Nicki Minaj's rollout. I feel like Nicki's waiting for the Champagne Thickums collaboration. So that way she can kind of start her rollout. But that should have been came out. Now his album's supposed to come out October 6th. I wouldn't be shocked if he push it back again, but I don't think Republic would want that. The issue with Nicki when it comes to her rollout is that she don't have a consistent team. So everything comes off inconsistent. It's like she put out a single, but then there's no music video. Then it's like another single, no music video, a collaboration, no music video. So it's like people get confused. I think that if Nicki just had a consistent team, things would be smoother for her. Okay, the rollout would be smoother. But I think that even if Nicki's rollout is not consistent, she'll still be able to sell. Okay. I think Nicki can still do 200,000 first week. That's what I think Payola Board will count. You know, I don't think that will be her organic numbers, but that's what I think Payola Board will count. I don't think Payola Board is going to allow Nicki to do like 500K first week. You know they're going to take some sales away because that's what Payola Board did with Queen. That's what they did with Princess Diana and Move Your Hips and a lot of other singles that Nickiminaj has put out. You know, they always try to do the sabotage rate. But still, Nicki's going to win at the end because, you know, I think Pink Friday 2 is about to be iconic. And I definitely believe that Nicki Minaj will kill her Jingle Ball performance like she did for the VMAs. Moving on to DOJA. So DOJA has a Skechers collection out. And fans are calling DOJA out for copying Cardi B's Reebok shoe design that she had. I don't think she has a shoe deal with Reebok anymore. But fans are saying that the sneakers look similar. Okay. And that, you know, they want Cardi B to sue Doja Cat for basically copyright infringement. Okay, let me know how you guys feel about that. Now, the shoes do look a little bit similar, but I'm sure Doja Cat nor Cardi B were in the room for the creative process for the shoe. Okay, I believe they just slapped Doja and Cardi B's name on the shoe, and make them the face of the clothing or the shoe design, so it can sell. Even though it don't look like Doja can help anything sell right now. But I don't really think Doja was really in the room for the creative process for the shoe. So I don't really think it's fair for Cardi B to try to sue Doja Cat, and I don't think she will sue Doja Cat. She still hasn't even got her money from Tasha K. But, you know, they do look similar. Just a little bit, okay? But another thing I've noticed is that Doja Cat is just not, you know, original. And unfortunately, you know, she copies everybody. Moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. So Camel Face is very pleased that Queen Bee and Megan performed in Houston, gave Megan Thee Stallion a look. Even though it was only for 2 minutes, Queen Bee has saved Megan's career. And allegedly, he's trying to orchestrate another collaboration, Megan and Queen Bee, which will help Megan Thee Stallion get back on the charts. Now, let me know how you guys feel about that. I like the Savage remix, you know, so I wouldn't mind them collaborating again. The song gotta be right, though, okay? The song gotta be right. Bozo's wasn't that great, so hopefully it's better than Bozo's. But I do think that Queen Bee and Megan Thee Stallion could get another hit, okay? But the only thing about Queen Bee is that she really don't promote. Her and Travis Scott, they flopped when they dropped their collaboration on his album. The whole Travis album kind of flopped. Is not really charting like that. But one thing about Queen Bee, she just don't promote. She's not really a good person to collaborate with. You know, she don't even help out her own artists. No shade. But I wouldn't want a Queen Bee collaboration only because she don't promote. That's the only thing about Queen Bee. So it's twofold. You know, it could be a hit, but, you know, Megan's going to have to do all the work. Now, moving on to Queen Bee. She has previewed some new Ivy Park. You know, she is trying to get into the fashion icon lane up there with Rihanna and Zendaya. That's why her Renaissance tour looks have been superior. The best tour looks of any tour in history. Queen Bee's tour looks were a 10. All of them. And so with that being said, she has revamped Ivy Park after, you know, Adidas canceled her contract. But it looks like she's not giving up. She's going to be becoming a fashion icon. And people are raving about these new looks. Now, to me, you know, the looks are nice. You know, I like Ivy Park. Am I purchasing any of these items? No. Not really my cup of tea, but the looks are nice. But I want to see everybody support Ivy Park the way y'all supported the Renaissance tour. I think it's very fake for the fans to support the Renaissance tour, but y'all don't want to support Queen Bee when she puts out Ivy Park. Did y'all even pre-order the perfume? She put out a perfume that you could pre-order. It comes out in November. And I don't see nobody really, talking about that perfume. Nobody supporting that perfume. But if it was Rihanna, it would have been sold out. Y'all got to stop trying to put Queen Bee in a box, and y'all need to support her other business ventures when she does, the acting. When she does, the perfume and the clothing. Are you guys going to support her hair care line that she has coming out? Y'all got to support Queen Bee so she can be a mogul, okay? And stop trying to keep her in that music box. I like Ivy Park, but I don't know if I like it enough to purchase anything, though. Okay? But, these clothes ain't really my cup of tea. But I think y'all should support it if you're going to support Rihanna. It's only fair. But let me know how you guys feel about that. Now, Scratch Off put out a song called It's a Party. And it seems as though she is taking some shots at Icespxce. Okay? Now, she says she been tweeting like she tough. We gonna catch that hoe outside. I told Brooke, her sister that sleeps with athletes, get the balloons. We gonna throw a surprise. Okay? And if you guys remember, Icespxce tweeted a few months ago that she hate B-words that don't have their own identity, okay? Because Icespxce felt like Scratch Off was copying her, okay? She also said, B-words love to hate, say it's fake, but I'm real thick. N-word play cray, loose screw, I call it drill quick, okay? Let me know how you guys feel about that. My whole thing with Scratch Off is like, you can throw subliminal shots in records. That don't mean it's gonna sell. She also mentioned how she hate boring B-words, but Scratch Off is boring. I mean, you don't stand out amongst all the female rappers, especially when it comes to Nicki, DOJA, and Cardi B. You definitely don't stand out because the budget ain't there. And even though DOJA is flopping right now, you will never be able to do no 55 or 60,000 first week. Okay? So to me, I don't really understand where Scratch Off gets her big ego because it's not really adding up. But what I think it is the fact that she got into it with Nickiminaj. So her head got gassed because she feels like she's on Nicki's level. If you guys remember, she said idol turned rival. And then the fact that she got that Cardi B collaboration. She went #1 with Jungkook. She did a collaboration with Mariah Carey. She won an EBT award. So, like, stuff like that gets to Scratch Off's head easily. But to me, I don't really feel like people really care about Scratch Off like that, okay? I think her and 21 Average should just go on trash and hip-hop and call it a day. Moving on to Kim and Courtney, I want to give my 2 cents quickly on that drama. So, there's this clip from the most recent episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And Kim and Courtney get into it. And Kim just goes for the juggler when it comes to Courtney, okay? Just basically throws herself and the whole family under the bus.
Couldn't be happy. You couldn't be happy for me. You couldn't be happy that I was the center of attention and you weren't.
What is it that you feel so low of me?
If you'd like to.
No, I want you to dig deep and figure out why you hate me so much and why you're so angry with me because all of this never happened. I was so happy for you. I was so. Why would I not be happy for you?
I felt at my wedding like you weren't happy.
I steered away.
For me.
Because
so
you have a serious vendetta. You just are a different. You hate us. You're a different person. We all talk about it.
I don't need you guys anymore. I don't need to be a part of it.
All of your friends call us complaining, whether you think they're the ones going to you, they're all coming to us on the side saying the opposite to us. So we're all confused and we're on a group chat that's actually labeled not Courtney. So we know and have to funnel what your friends are saying to us and have to figure out why you're such a different person and why you have this vendetta out.
So, damn. So, Kim has a group chat labeled not Courtney where they basically talk ish about her. And she admitted it to Courtney's face. Okay, well, basically over the phone. Now, I believe that Courtney and Kim never really liked each other. Okay. Of course, you love your siblings, but I really don't think they like each other. And I believe that they're both jealous of each other. Okay. I believe Kim is jealous of Courtney getting married. I believe that, that was one of the reasons why she even got into that PR relationship with Pete Davidson to try to steal some of Courtney's shine with Travis Barker. And I also believe that Courtney is jealous of Kim because Kim is the most successful one in the group. Now, I don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians all the time, okay? I do feel like the show is boring, and they're trying to keep the show going because if they don't do the show, their relevancy will die down. It already kind of has, so they have to keep up with the show, but the show sometimes can be boring. But I also noticed that the family does not really mess with Travis Barker. Everybody does scenes on that show with Scott, but you don't really see them do scenes with Travis Barker, and I believe that they don't really like Travis Barker, and I wouldn't be shocked if Courtney and Travis Barker get a divorce in the future, and they say, oh, he alienated you from us, you were a whole different person when you were with Travis. I can see that happening, okay? But let me know how you guys feel about it. I'll be honest with you, I feel like Courtney should cut Kim off, even though that's her sister. Because if you got group chats about your own sister, ain't no telling what you would do. And then on top of that, Kim told Courtney in that same clip that, her children talk about her too. Okay? Because I don't believe you should involve people and children in your messy drama. Especially with your sister. And then you also gonna make Courtney feel some type of way about her children. Like, damn, you talking bad about me to your aunt? That's not cool. So I thought Kim was being very messy. Now, Nickiminaj went on AMP and she played No Bars. And fans believe that she could potentially drop the No Bars remix, which is JT's song. Now, I like JT. JT's talented, but am I excited about the No Bars remix? No, absolutely not. Okay, No Bars came out how long ago, and JT previewed it last year in October. Okay, I would prefer them just to do a regular new song instead of the No Bars remix. No Bars is okay, but to me, the ship has sailed for that. I would prefer if they just do another song, okay? Because No Bars doesn't have the hype it did last year when she should have dropped it. She was scared to drop it last year because Cardi B called her a lapdog, so she dropped it, 7 months after she got into it with Cardi B, okay? Because she really didn't want no smoke. And she was dissing Cardi B on No Bars, okay? But with that being said, it still doesn't have, that star quality. It's still not really a hit, in my opinion. And I like JT, but it's not a hit record. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a freestyle. And I would just prefer the lead for the next thing, for Pink Friday 2. That's what I would prefer. I like JT. I do think she's talented, especially out of the City Girls. She's the most talented one in the group. But I don't think people really care about JT like that. Okay? No shade. I feel like if she's not going back and forth with Cardi B, we really don't care. Okay? And No Bars remix that came out months ago. Okay? Not now. because the song came out months ago. The song was previewed last year, and she was scared to drop it. Let's be very clear. She was scared of Cardi B. That's why she didn't drop it last year, but she decided to drop it 7 months after she got into it, Cardi B, because she didn't really want no smoke, okay? But, it probably will help JT finally get something on Billboard because she barely charts. But let me know how you guys feel about it. I will see you guys in the next podcast episode, and have a great day.